Okay, let's talk about something pretty fundamental, our personal data. For a long time, we've thought about it in one specific way. But I want to explore a new idea, a way to transform it from something we just hide into something we can actually own and, use. This is what I'm calling the alchemy of private data ownership.
So let's just kick things off with a question that kind of flips the script on everything we've been taught. Seriously, what if privacy wasn't actually about hiding? For years, the game has been defensive, building walls, staying in the shadows. But what if that whole approach is, well, just wrong?
To really get where we're going, we've got to understand where we've been. So let's take a hard look at the old-school way of thinking about privacy. And believe me, it comes with a pretty high and often invisible cost. For as long as we can remember, the strategy has been almost painfully simple. If you wanted to keep your info private, you locked it away. You pulled it out of circulation, you stuck it in a digital vault, and you basically just crossed your fingers. The entire goal was to make it completely untouchable.
And this right here, this sums up the trade-off we were all forced to make, whether we knew it or not. To keep your data safe, it had to be silent. It couldn't be used, it couldn't be shared, it couldn't create any value for you. All of his potential was just muted, all for the sake of security.
All right, so now let's talk about why that old bargain is just completely falling apart at the seams. The world has changed, and this whole idea of safety through silence, it just doesn't work anymore. It's a broken deal.
And that is the absolute key. We live in a world where data is basically a new kind of currency. So keeping it locked away and silent, that means you're leaving a ton of value on the table. We need a new model, one that can give us both security and usefulness. Because the old way just can't do it.
So, what's the alternative then? Well, this is where things get really interesting. We're looking at a brand new paradigm, a new way of seeing our information, not as some static thing to be buried, but as something dynamic, as data in motion. And this brings us to this really cool concept of active data. Look, this isn't just about unlocking your information. It's about letting it work for you, but under a totally new set of rules. Your data is encrypted, it's shared only on your terms, and this is the most important part. You stay in the driver's seat the entire time, even while it's out there creating value. I mean, when you put it side by side like this, the difference is just, it's night and day. The old way, your data was static. The second you shared it, you lost control. And any value it had, totally silent. But the new way flips that whole script. Your data becomes active. Control is always yours, and its value can finally be earned by you.
So, this new approach, it's not about making a compromise. It's about achieving what you could call a triple win. You actually get to have it all. Rock-solid protection, total control, and real-world usefulness.
So how does this really shake out? It's actually pretty straightforward. Number 1, you don't lose control. You call the shots on who uses your data and how. Number 2, you don't lose protection. Powerful encryption makes sure it stays secure. And number 3, and this is huge, your data doesn't lose its usefulness. It can finally be put to work, safely.
So let's just recap. In this new world, your data becomes active, not silent. It's fundamentally tied to you, the owner. It has the ability to earn value, and all of this happens while it stays completely secure and encrypted. Pretty cool, right?
This quote really just gets to the very soul of this idea. For way too long, we've been told that to express ourselves with our data, to actually use it or share it, we had to give up control. This new model says no way. It puts control and expression on the exact same team, right where they belong.
So I'll just leave you with this final question to think about. We all know our data is incredibly valuable. For decades, other people and other companies have been capturing that value. Now that the technology exists for us to truly own and control it ourselves, who should be the one earning from it?